to see her.
Perhaps if you reveal yourself, you will find out, huh?
Let's be honest. I don't want to fight you, and as a result, there's no reason for me to show up. I have no interest in killing any of you.
That can certainly be confirmed.
If I wanted to kill you, then I would try showing up and fighting you now.
So what do you
The
want?
problem is that these things have hit too many innocents, and this has to be made up.
Riff made a very poor choice of her wish spell, I must say. Quite disappointed, actually. I thought she was more intelligent than that.
Riff nods. He says, "Yeah, I can't."
Raphaelius fucking snorts.
To show that I don't want conflict, at least at the current time, I am going to do a great favour to all of you, and use my own magic to reverse this.
Why? Why?
don't-
You have no... What on earth could you have to gain from this?
Nothing. My plight is not with the Prince Bishop, however. My plight is the throne. The Prince Bishop is not involved in this fight.
If you go for the throne, he will be.
Let me speak.
Raphael gives Laurel a very poisonous look. Choose your words carefully, Laurel.
As it turns out, on one of our missions down into the depths of the ocean trying to stop the drow, I encountered Selma. At first I was poised to fight, and so was she, and it would undoubtedly have gone to a terrible direction. I did not have the resources I have now. However, as it turns out, I was able to, speak to her for a few minutes. We have since then, at the beginning, slowly, then more, spoke of these things, and I have been able to, he said gestures towards the sound, convince her of one thing, and that is to give us one lifetime in which we can make the imperial system less unfair for the least fortunate, in a peaceful way, by reform. Is this correct?
A reform would solve my goals through a much different method than I've ever tried. If it works, well, it looks like I'll need to end my immortality. My goal will be done.
Raphael spits on the floor. Oh, please, spare me your sanctimonious babble.
Okay. If you don't believe it, that is your choice. I'm not going to try forcing you.
You're some sort of great hero, some reformer of the Empire, some champion of the weak. You're a bloody monster!
Yes, I am a monster. I am a monster just as the Empire was a monster to me. And evil does not make evil.
Oh,
Evil
so
does not make...
you had one lousy life, and now you take it out on everyone around you. You sicken me.
I think she's had 4,000 years of
You
terrible...
can hate me all you want, Raphael. And in the end, it's not going to change a thing.
Oh, we'll see about that.
I'm glad to know your feelings towards me, however. We did have such good times.
Raphael takes a quivering breath. I swear to you, on all that is holy, that I will destroy you one day.
Perhaps. Though if you succeed in reforming the government, that day may never come.
It says, regardless, this is a ceasefire. A ceasefire
Is
in
it?
which we... Yes. Raphael.
Both of you have worked with this abomination for how long? My God.
Actually, to be honest, Laurel hasn't been very... Laurel is rather a new contact. He's been interesting, though he's definitely kept his guard up, not allowing me to try anything.
Oh, shut
Of course
up.
not. Beyond that, it seems that I have recovered some other interesting intel. Most of this have come from the old leader of the Thieves Guild. He knew a lot, as it turns out, about these things.
You
Now-
talking to him.
Oh, most extensively.
She said
Now,
with a
of
bitter
course.
voice.
Now, of course, as it turns out, Selma has been working to stop the drow for what appears to be centuries from the runes and the like I have found in the underground. which was most curious to me and which was initially prompted me to actually inquire about this. And apparently, Hitler looks to Vincent. I'm still not sure exactly why, but you certainly stopped the Empire from being overrun a few times by the evidence I found.
I'm not looking for all-out death. If that was my answer, I would have joined the damn horsemen.
Yes. I simply, from what I learned, had to speak up. So is Zoe still here?
Yeah, she's just in the corner. Right. As far away from you as possible.
I could not let these things be secret between us.
And yet you have.
Here I stand, telling you everything I know about these things. I had to be sure that this was not some trick, some setup or illusion to make me believe that Rithlin was doing something bad, and so I confronted her in this way, in a controlled area where none of such things would be possible, and where we can all be there to hear the complete explanation.
Raphael throws up his hand. Am I though? Am I not being mind controlled? Because I think the whole damn world has just gone complete mad.
You're not being mind controlled.
Shut up.
We
fought this creature. We sacrificed thousands of lives to get to her, and now you're dealing with her? What could she possibly offer? What can she possibly say to make this agreeable?
She can stand aside, Raphael. Right now we have many, many, many enemies. I'm not condoning what was done. I could never do such a thing. I am simply saying that we have more important problems right now. And if we do not have to deal with this one, potentially ever, if our plans fall out as we wish them to, then so much the better.
You do realize that every reform you have ever suggested now falls in complete disarray, right? She wants to reform the Empire, and you're doing her work for her. Who knows why she wants this?
I don't know. I don't know why. And I'm not doing anything for her. I'm doing what I believe is right, Raphael. I believe we spoke of this far long before any of this happened. This is what we want.
Yes, before you made the deals with the Blood Witch.
I have made no deals with anyone.
That has now almost bloody killed the Archbishop.
I'm going to know he came to me with the idea of reform before I mentioned it to him. A side note, Raphael, can you hold up your hand?
Fuck you.
Fine. Bollard, you've been unaffiliated with us. Hold out your hand.
Sure.
A scroll of wish will materialize in it. Now go help. Go help your damn Prince Bishop. I'm not going to spew sanctimonious crap, as Raphael put it, over you. I have my reasons, and that is it. You can believe me if you want, or you can believe me if you're not. A very sour tone from the witch.
Yes, very pouting. Now, I do not think that we should leave here without some sort of, at least, consensus as to what should happen forward.
In that case, I think I'll just take my leave.
That might be best.
You feel her presence leave the room quickly.
What did you want me to do, Raphael? Attack? Throw my life away into this? I saw another way, a way that could be better and could save more lives. Thousands may have died. That does not mean that a thousand more need to. If we can find a way to solve this without any more bloodshed, then so be it.
By bowing down to her.
We are not bowing to anyone.
You are! You are doing exactly what she wants.
It's exactly what I want.
When two people want the same thing, is that bowing down to each other?
When one of them is a bloody half-god.
I will not change my opinion because of whatever she says, if it is positive or in disagreement.
I don't think that judging someone based on what they are, perhaps their actions, sure, but what they are, it's not the correct way to go about it. By many would be seen as a disgusting aberration of nature.
Raphael snores. You have protected this empire, Bollard. You have almost thrown your life away doing it. She, that being, she summoned demons and devils into the city. Rampaging through quarters. We barely contained her.
Yes. And we do not want to do that again.
I am judging her for her actions.
Clearly she has the capability to do so again right now if she wanted to, but she isn't. Yes, judge people by their actions, but don't allow their past actions to control your opinion of them.
Oh, what? That is complete lunacy.
Judge them as well based on what they're doing in the present.
You can judge them perfectly fine. I agree. What she did is abhorrent. However, looking forward is the issue here. We need to make sure that something so terrible does not happen once more. The best way to do that, I believe, we have been given 100 years. To her, apparently, that is nothing. To me, that is a very long time. We can do a lot of good in 100 years. And if we do not make it by then, that's the last 90 years we can prepare for it.
Raphael massages his temples. I don't believe this. This is...
We're here so that you can at least have the reasoning. What would you have wanted me to do, Raphael? What would you have done? Fought to the death? Died deep under sea with no knowledge, no information to anyone?
At least I wouldn't have been corrupted by the bloody thing.
Corrupted?
Why did she agree to this, huh?
Why did she agree?
She never wanted to destroy the... She didn't want to destroy the Empire as it is. She wanted to destroy the matriarchy and the...
I have no idea about that, but at least I think she found me a curiosity that I, in the way that I was able to go for a route such as this. Because whatever I am, apparently some see it as a potential for I would be violent or somehow act mindlessly or crazy, or not for the best of everyone. For her motivation, I honestly can say I do not know.
I thought there was a line. I thought there was a line that we did not cross. And it was to deal with beings like her.
When we're talking about aspects of archdemons and horsemen, really...
Oh, no, don't.
Do we turn to blood magic as soon as anything gets a little difficult, huh? Is that what we have become?
Well, look to Rithland.
No. I never said to turn to it. I said to keep it out of the fray. That's precisely...
Yeah, I would not... I would not strike deals. But
we don't want blood magic being on their side at very least, just to get that.
No. Perhaps I should explain my side first, and then we can go to Rithland afterwards, as it seems that she has taken quite a few more steps than I have in this regard. Personally, I met her, yes, deep below the ground. I found her runes, I analyzed them. Apparently she observed me while I did it, inquiring if I liked her handiwork. Not knowing what was the time, I said that yes, this is incredibly powerful magic, keeping a portal shut, stopping this potential drow movement up here. I was impressed by the runes. She showed up, and I was honestly surprised to see her being the one who had kept the portal gate closed. Initially, I thought perhaps this is the real one, perhaps the one we had thought was a fake, someone stealing her gaze. Very well then, I thought. I might as well inquire as to her plans now, if we're going to fight. I drank my mutagens, I prepared my elixirs. And as it turns out, she did not want to fight. And I, it turns out, would not have been able to win regardless. I did have the chance to jump into the portal into the abyss, however that was not I did not want to open that thing, obviously. Now, I did indeed contact her later. I wished to know more of what this was. The Thieves Guild leader knew a lot of her. She apparently controlled the bar plane and had helped him construct the constructs he had by him. Apparently she had also done heavy dealings with Ritherland. I was curious as to this, and so I tried to contact her to get some confirmation. She seemed rather happy to almost know that I knew this, and said there was only a matter of time before someone smart would figure it out. As it turns out, well, I then spoke to her at a bit of length, asking her why would she tell me this if it was true. I tried to figure her out, and as it turns out, I was able to inquire as to her motives, which apparently seemed to be not the destruction of the empire as I thought, but simply the changing of the crown laws in a fashion I did not say. I inquired as to why reform was not well enough, and she said that would never work. I said that I fundamentally believed differently, and she dared me to prove it. I said that would take a lifetime, and she gave me a lifetime. Now, I have gone to here to bring all this up to everyone. I had to know if it was true, and as it turns out, the more I pressed, the more Ritherland gave way. And as it turns out, now it is all out.
Riff nods and says, the more you pressed and the more the story you gave, the easier I could break the enchantment with sheer will.
Riff would know the moment the full story was pieced together, the spell basically couldn't hold together anymore because there was no way it could hide every fact.
Yeah.
Not Raphael. Now, I would like to hear how you would judge my actions. You too, Ballard. It is what I did. And I would hear if you think I have done wrong. What I could have done. What I should have done.
I agree with the way you did it. And I'm not just saying that as your business partner, I'm saying it as your friend and your comrade.
Yes, I did tell you to watch out for me, because I was, you knew that I was having some contact. But I'm glad you were there for me. Protecting me.
I don't know what to say. Lord, you have thoroughly disappointed me.
What would you have wanted me to do, Raphael?
Never speak to the damn being before, unless we ripped her bloody throat out.
I am not able to do that. You know just as well as I that I'm not capable.
She poses as some sort of savior of the people. Please.
It does not matter what she poses as.
She wants to reform laws? What is this? She could have done that. She could have run for office. She could have been on the damn throne and done this. No.
Riff puts up a finger.
She is as bloody and she is a more insane version of the bloody succubus I have locked up in the basement. She kills because it is fun.
Riff puts up a finger and says, she was actually a spy master at one point. So, for all we know, she did try. But, it's only so far you can go.
I have no idea.
She has said that she's held a few positions in the Imperial system before. But but as far as I'm aware, she's not now, and perhaps she did try. I don't know. She didn't exactly cue me into all of her plans and everything.
It does not really matter.
No.
She's not really the contention point here. I think we can all agree that it would be best if she did not exist. She does, however.
And I thought we sought to end her, not aid her. Not consort with her, not indulge in blood magics or whatever other deals you make under the ocean.
I certainly agree. And I make no deals. Anyone. Well, someone, but not her.
Except
The way I
when-
see it, we basically got her to fuck off without changing what we were going to do anyway. That's a good thing.
The problem is
Yeah.
that now this Ritalin thing also happened. I thought
Yes.
you just left forever.
If
For 100 years. And
It-
now it turns out that she's willing to give this sort of magic to just anyone.
if Riff
Blood
was
magic, if nothing else.
if Riff was able to just at that point, because this was a while ago, Riff, we weren't even in. Like, I think Laurel was mayor at this point. It was a while ago. Actually, I don't know. It was not long after we assaulted her. Her little base under the city. But at that point, we didn't really have much in the way of a seat of power, so Riff couldn't say that she'd make reforms. So I had to try and see if she could find out where the witch was hiding. That's Riff's justification.
It just seems hard for Flint that it seems like the fact of using powerful blood magic to acquire an amulet that will show you where something you have lost is located. It seems very self-serving.
Yes, in that case, it was self-serving. I will completely agree with you there. But for her, for the reason I started, and every other reason, is it was to ascertain her location. For the one of the first times we talked, I believe we played a game of cards, and
How did you start talking?
she appeared at my door. Not her, actually, but a simulacrum of her. And when I learnt that, when she said that we should attend, that Riff could come over to her personal place, Riff decided that this could be a route to go by. And as Riff pushed harder, by the end of the conversation,
Could have informed us.
that's what I was, at the end of the conversation, the witch said that that we need to put a safeguard for the witch, and yeah, it felt to Riff a bit more of a possible threat, or at least our character, it felt kind of like if Riff doesn't agree to this, Riff bad stuffs. But yeah, so Riff agreed and just gained information as we went. But then Riff couldn't tell the group. She was physically
So,
unable to tell the group about this information.
how long have you been an undercover agent
Uh,
in our very midst?
Since just after we attacked her. Yeah, just after we attacked her, I think. I think that was about then. I'm pretty sure. So. But Riff made clear on the upon agreeing to the mind enchantment that Riff would never do anything against.
But if
the
she
party.
mind enchanted you, how on earth can you know what she put in the enchantment?
I had to agree, and I was fully aware what she was doing and what spell she was using when she
As far
did.
as you know.
Yes, as far as you know.
Riff nods and says, "But from what I understand, she may have outright killed me if I did not agree.
Why you were so useful to her?
I never gave her any information about us or
That you know of.
Riff shrugs.
Nice.
By God, Srethelin, this is a creature that mind-controlled all of us. We don't even know for how long and forced us to do we don't even know what. She forced Iralda to invade all of the elven nations, and look at the disaster.
I don't think the witch made Irolda do that. The witch made Irolda destroy an arm. That's for certain. But invading the elves was to get cold iron, which was to then be used against William, right? That's
I have no idea how to even... we cannot ascertain what was done by who.
No.
Irolda certainly did things that were horrible.
Yes.
Outright horrible. And so did the witch.
Mm-hmm.
And I must admit that I was very surprised to find what I found, and I could scarcely believe it.
Like Riff says, if she could have said back way when, she would have, and has tried to, but every time the spell altered how she remembered things, and sometimes just cut chunks out and made pretty much all the information useless.
It seems like there have been many people in your head recently.
Apparently, you all get a message in your head.
Apparently. Well, Riff will say, I agree with this message in our head.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, yeah.
No, you can hear this. This is divination magic. You can hear this.
Oh, it's
Oh,
different.
perfectly fine then.
Wow.
I'll have inter-party trust issues.
And you know for a fact this is Zoe casting the magic, not someone else that you know it's Zoe.
Where did Zoe go?
She left mid-conversation.
Yeah.
I see.
Do you... Do any of you realize the situation this puts us in?
Yes.
I'm not sure that I fully do, in fact.
Laurel,
Not fully, yes.
you claim that you are immune to these effects. And,
Yes.
and maybe this is the reason why you so desperately sought them out. I don't know. Myself, I don't know anymore. I have resisted the witch in the past. I don't know if I've succeeded. This time, she might be in my head right now. I couldn't tell. Maybe I should
Yes.
just kill myself right here, right now, and end it. Maybe that's the safest way.
Maybe those thoughts are what she sent you.
When we start wondering if we're mind controlled or not, is when paranoia and delusions come into play.
Oh, yes, that is when. Right.
If we do know that we can find out if we're mind controlled, and in fact, I did do so while under the witch's spell.
We did not detect the witch's spell. I'm pretty sure we went through screenings. We didn't detect the witch's spell on you.
I will say
So we would not.
I would say every single day you've been checked basically every time you go in the palace for domination spells.
Yeah, it's domination spells that are different between a memory altering and domination. That's what I'm trying to say. Is Riff hasn't been dominated, and Riff will definitely agree. Yeah, she was under the effect, and if she could turn back time and redo it, then sure. But especially knowing that Laurel would actually get her to back off. Riff
And it's a good thing that Bollard's pretty useless to the witch because I'm good.
It was a pure accident. Apparently she did not like me messing with the wards on the portal.
Yeah.
I've been hunting the drow for a long time, as you know, trying to figure out why I find so many things of them everywhere.
Well, now we know, but
And apparently all the defenses I found have been set up by her, as it turns out. I'm not saying that she's a good being in any form or fashion. I'm not saying that anything is excusable.
no. Riff shakes her head. No, she's definitely not a good person. She can be pleasant to talk to, but in no way is she a good person.
My name is Zoe Forrest, and I approve this message.